I work so dirty. So when I go on stage and a crowd clearly does not want dirty, and then I'm up there, I'm like, why didn't you write clean jokes, you stupid bitch? Talk about a washing machine, anything! You
But
know?
you could do your style and not be as dirty, though.
I can,
and
yes.
still kill.
Yes, but then I get angry, and I'll get on stage and I'm like, oh, you don't want dirty? I'm going to double down, and then they get horrified. But I am starting to work cleaner. I work with Fortune Feimster.
Yeah.
And she works pretty clean. She's like PG-13, you know, and I have to clean it up when I work with her, when I open for her. So she's forced me to write cleaner, and I'm grateful for that because now I can switch gears if I need to. But if I'm performing in front of my crowd, let her rip.
Has she given you advice and things like that? Like, what have you learned from working with her?
From working with her, she is great. She's a slow grind. She is all about building markets, and so she writes and she rewrites. She writes on stage, which is what I do as well. And she'll, you know, her career is incredible. She's lasted 20 years, over 20 years.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a big flash for her. She had to build, like, not selling out until she finally, like 15 years in, was like, okay, now I'm selling out. And thank God I already built these markets. I went to the small cities around the country, and now more people are coming back. And she's told me the importance of a meet and greet. Very important to, no, even if you think you bombed, be out there and be like, hi, would you like to touch me and take a picture? You know, like she's great in that way. And she's very professional, very low maintenance. But yeah, and then the importance of working clean. She was like, you just get, you know, the net is cast a little wider for working clean. And I was like, you're right. So I started doing that. I've luckily, because of my 2 late nights, I've been able to navigate working with her a little bit easier. But and it also makes me think of a joke. Like, I'll look at jokes and be like, is there a way that I can do this without saying pussy? And yes, usually there is. And usually it's more creative and more fun. So it's like, okay, and innuendo is also exciting.
Yeah. So how will you clean up? Because I was recently talking to a comic who said, like a newer comic that was talking about, they turned down like a 10-minute gig at a church that was like $500 because they couldn't do 10 minutes clean. And I'm like, you can figure out how to do 10 minutes clean. So like, how do you clean up, maybe for like comics that want to clean up their jokes a little bit? How do you kind of go about doing it?
Well, sometimes I substitute fuck for date.
Okay.
That's a very easy one. That joke I was able to, because the joke is, my sister's the opposite of me. She married the first man she ever kissed, immediately had 2 kids. I have fucked 4 different Christophers. And so now I say I have dated 4 different Christophers. And it works just as well for a cleaner crowd. Yeah, you wouldn't.
Incredible.
You wouldn't. I mean, no one laughed, but that's okay. I was like, I have an audience. I'll try a joke. You guys, nothing. Okay.
This is a home team. You're
safe
here.
No,
I thought you were about to leave. I was like, wait.
Yeah. I'm gonna go cut myself. No.
Where's my creatine?
Yeah, I need to snort it now. No, but a lot of times it's just there was one thing. I like to go silly.
Yeah.
So, like, I used to call my ex a little bitch, and everybody here was like, Jesus. But when we were together.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No more.
This was during sex.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Intimate times. That's how, have you ever been intimate with a guy? Instead of say fucking a guy, I've been intimate with a guy. But now I used to call him like a little wimp. And wimp is just so funny. What a funny word, little wimp. But yeah, it's just changing out certain words. And then I go silly. So it's like not just that being, not the fuck is not the funny word. It's literally like, oh, you ever do a little whoopee? Like,
exactly. Yeah.
So that's how I tend to go. I go goofball.
It just requires just a little more effort. It's like, I feel like a lot of our initial impulse is like, okay, here's the dirty version. All right, that's good enough. It works. But if you just go a little bit further, You may even
Yeah.
find new tags because you haven't gotten complacent with this is the joke and how it works. Just I mean, I'm clean just because I always have been, really. But I believe every comic can be when they need to be because there's just more work if you can be clean.
Yes.
You can entertain more people. Like, you can do corporate events and things. Like, you can make a living faster at comedy if you can be clean.
Yeah.
So I feel like every comic, it's a skill at least every comic should be able to have.
Yeah. Yeah. And then
Or do you agree?
So
Or
I
you
do
just-
agree.
You
I
seem
do
like you're
agree.
pondering as
I
if-
was thinking because it's like part of me is like, yes, you should be able to work clean, but you need to be able to work clean and still be yourself.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Yes.
That's where I was struggling for a
Yeah.
little bit. I was like, how do I was like, I'm filthy, but I'm also just like, I like talking about the embarrassing, filthy things. And then it's like, okay, all right. But then take that same point of view and just put it on to something else that isn't inherently disgusting, So yeah, it's if you can figure out a way to do that, then you'll have a lot more success, I feel like.
And
Because-
just not stopping at the dirty thought.
Yeah.
If, like, you still have the dirty thought.
Yeah.
But I think that's what Mark Norman said on here was like, because his advice to younger comics was like, get better at clean comedy sooner. He's like, that's something I wish I had focused on.
Yeah.
Because he said when he started working with Seinfeld, he had to like comb through all his albums just to find enough material to be able to open for Seinfeld.
Yeah.
It was clean enough. And he was saying how it's not saying don't write dirty, just don't stop at the dirty thought.
Yeah.
So still let your creativity flow, and if it comes out dirty, fine, but then just put in the extra work to tweak it a little bit here and there. Like you said, just a
Yeah.
little bit of word choice can be the difference between it being clean or not.
Yeah. And then don't give up if the first way doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
You have to keep trying. But yeah, comedy's hard.
Yeah.
They don't tell you that. It's hard.
Yeah. Yeah. It never ends.
No, we make it look easy, but it's hard.
It is really hard.